Serial shooting case that rocked the valley, and 12 years after he was shot, one key victim, Paul Patrick, has died. He made it his mission to show up to court seeking justice. ABC 15's Sonu Wasu takes us back to that terrifying time in the valley's history and what Patrick's family wants you to know about survival.
A time when fear and terror swept over the city. A time when Ruth Jasmine says her mother would warn all of them to stay inside.
Anytime we went outside, even just to check the mail, she would want us, hurry up, come back in. Hurry up, don't sit outside.
A time when Phoenix was haunted by serial murders. The Baseline killer, then the serial shooters Dale Hausner and Sam Dietman. Cliff Jewell was a lead detective on the task force formed to hunt them down.
They went out looking for people walking by themselves in dimly lit areas with no traffic. And when they found that person, they would shoot them. It
was on one of those hot summer nights in 2006 when the two killers targeted Paul Patrick. He had just stepped outside the house.
He smoked quite a bit, and he wanted a cigarette in the worst kind of way.
Shot at close range in his abdomen, Patrick survived.
He's a fighter. He's a fierce fighter, is what I like to call him. He never wanted to be seen as the victim. He always wanted to be seen as a survivor. He wanted to be the face of the survivors.
Years later, the impact of that single gunshot stayed within Patrick. 80 pellets still embedded in his body. In an electric scooter, he showed up to court every day of the Hausner trial, making sure the suspect saw him.
He hated the fact that the victims became a number, a case number, and he wanted them to have their justice.
27 victims, 9 dead. Patrick became the face of these victims and the survivors. Now remembered for his great sense of humor, he got a chance to say goodbye to his dog Misty just last week. And in his last days, Patrick taught everyone around him,
you should bloom where you're planted.
What it means to survive.
Did he choose this life? No. But he tried to make the best of it. And I loved him.
In Phoenix, Sonu Wasu, ABC 15, Arizona.
Pretty incredible guy. Frank's funeral set for Friday. And by the way, we spoke with some of the lead detectives in this case. They've retired. Some have moved hours away. But get this, they plan to make that trip and be there in person to say their final goodbyes on Friday.